Colombia vs Ghana highlights. It was a match where the scoreline read just 1-0, but in reality, one team completely controlled the night, leaving the other with no space to breathe. This is the story of Colombia national football team versus Ghana national football team, a game so dominant that Ghana failed to register a single shot on target for the entire match. Kansas City Stadium, Friday, July 3, 2026. The match had barely begun when both teams were hit by early injury setbacks. Colombia's John Cordoba was forced off, and Luis Suarez came on in his place. Shortly after, Ghana suffered a blow of their own as Marvin Senaya went down injured and was replaced by Aliou Saidou. That substitution proved to be a blessing for Colombia. In the 14th minute, Luis Suarez delivered a beautiful cross toward the far post, where Jhon Arias stood completely unmarked and calmly tapped the ball into the net. Goal. Colombia took a 1-0 lead. From that moment on, Colombia's control only grew stronger. Ghana's Thomas Partey attempted a long-range shot that flew just wide of the goal, and that effort ended up being Ghana's best attempt of the entire match. Before the end of the first half, Colombia had chances to double their lead. Luis Diaz found himself unmarked inside the box but sent his shot wide. Moments later, Johan Mojica rose for a header, forcing an excellent save from Ghana goalkeeper Lawrence Ati-Zigi. The second half began with Ghana's Antoine Semenyo showing a bit more energy and involvement, but it led to nothing meaningful. On one occasion, he sent a cross across the face of goal, yet no Ghana player had made a run to meet it. Around the 57th minute, Colombian fans erupted once again when Luis Diaz slid in to finish a cross from Jefferson Lerma and put the ball in the net. However, the assistant referee raised the flag, offside. The goal was disallowed, and Colombia's lead remained just 1-0. As the match continued, Colombia created more opportunities. Luis Diaz, Davinson Sanchez, and Juan Fernando Quintero, who came on as a substitute in the 72nd minute, all had chances to extend the lead, but finishing let them down. Quintero, in particular, impressed, completing all 19 of his passes without a single misplacement and creating 5 chances, the most by any player in the match. For Ghana, the night turned into a purely defensive struggle. They posed virtually no attacking threat and failed to register even one shot on target against Colombia goalkeeper Camilo Vargas. The final whistle blew. Colombia won 1-0. The scoreline looked narrow, but the performance told a very different story. This was a one-sided match. Colombia recorded an expected goals (XG) figure of 2.19, showing they could and perhaps should have scored more. This victory marked the third time Colombia reached the World Cup round of 16, having gone as far as the quarter-finals in 2014 and also reaching the last 16 in 2018. For Ghana, once again, their journey came to an end at the hands of South American opposition. Colombia will now face Switzerland in Vancouver in the round of 16, where the winner will go on to meet either Argentina or Egypt in the quarter-finals. It was a match low on drama but high on control and dominance. One early goal, one disallowed goal, and a silent night for Ghana. That was the complete story of this game.